or successful executives that try and fit 1 million activities into a day. If you think about the trend of where the market's going, I'm afraid we're generally moving into a busier lifestyle. So probably the main market's going in this direction. So looking at the busiest guys out here for inspiration can be incredibly revealing, because their behaviors can be suggestions of what everybody would be doing in a few years. So look to extremes to keep that. So again, this is another research. And here's an example which we found pretty inspiring. So we did a project for a big bank, and we were trying to understand credit. So we looked at two extremes. We looked at somebody that was totally cool with credit and had huge amounts of debt, but we also looked at people that were scared by credit, and this is the best example. Can anyone tell me what this is? Yeah, so why would you put a credit card in the freezer?
So you can use it.
Exactly. So this lady was so scared of credit that she froze her credit card, and then she'd know she'd have to wait for it to thaw out before she could use it. So it became a sort of sanity check. So again, this behavior is happening all the time. I saw one actually last week, which I was inspired by. I don't know if any of you use The Economist. So you can pull great podcasts off iTunes on The Economist. But there's now an option on there that you can actually increase the speed by 2 times. And the mechanism for that, like I went on and I thought, oh, this is good. I can absorb twice as much information, but I'm going to have to listen to something that sounds like a chipmunk. It's not true. What they've done is they've written a program that clips out the pauses, so it just accelerates the whole program by dropping the pauses. And I think what they probably did very wisely is they looked out at their readership and realized that time for their readers is probably the most valuable commodity. So how can they give their readers more time? What a great solution. So I think looking at extremes can actually unlock that sort of information. I also look at business models. I can bore you guys about why American Idol disrupted the whole music industry over a beer. I don't know if you'd actually want me to do that, because I can really go on the subject. But I look at industry disruptors all the time for inspiration, business model disruptors, because without exception, the guys actually turn the incumbents, the big companies' strengths into their weaknesses. So for example, Blockbusters, is a disaster at the moment. In the past, their greatest strength was their retail footprint. Netflix has turned their retail footprint into their Achilles heel and is killing the business.